music is a powerful and wonderful part of this life, but people are always more important. So I'm glad that this channel brings some joy to others. That's bottom line for me. This isn't about promoting commercialism of music. It's about sharing enjoyment. So I enjoy interacting with all of you, and I appreciate all the support. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Life and Surround 2024. I want to start off by apologizing. I realize it's been a great while since I have done a video. There are reasons for that, not least of which I'm kind of fighting off bronchitis right now uh, due to exposure to burn pit areas in military operations. I'm very prone to respiratory conditions, and I'm really suffering right now. So today's really the first day that I can even uh, talk this well. So I apologize for that. I miss you all. And then I want to just give kind of a rundown of like what I've listened to lately, because I haven't been able to do any reviews. I just haven't had the energy for it, or the time either, dealing with a lot of family issues like deaths in the family, and working two jobs, and just stuff like that, and dealing with sickness and the holidays. I took some time off, but anyway, I'm back and I am trying to get on track. Okay, so let's go over a few things I've listened to lately that I hope you have a chance to enjoy if you're at all interested. First of all, Peter Gabriel, I.O. We have an album mixed in Atmos, just about on par with what Steven Wilson might do. It is a very, very, very good and effective Atmos mix, and in my opinion, a better album musically than Wilson has put out in quite a long time. So if you like Pete's music at all, and you like Atmos, or your system can fold it down to 7.1 or 5.1, this I just can't recommend this enough. It is I want to say it's life affirming, but I guess the way I would put it is this album makes the statement, I believe accurately, that life is hard, life is a challenge, but it is worth living. And there is a lot of redemption to be found, and there's a lot of joy and meaning to be found. I I'm just a part of everything. So it's a cosmopolitan record, and I would expect nothing other, from Peter Gabriel. So this is just a smash. So go for it. Peter Gabriel, I.O. You have Snarky Puppy, Empire Central. I was planning on trying to pick up a copy of this at one of their shows, but I wasn't able to catch their tour yet. And a friend was selling some extra copies, I think on quadrophonic.com. So I snagged one of those gladly. So this is a rather large jazz ensemble, but it's like kind of like rocky jazz, and really, really, really cool active mix. This ensemble are kind of circled in a room, and the mix puts you in the midst of them. So very cool. If you have a chance, if you don't know who they are, just check out their music, in some free or affordable fashion, and then go for this album if you can. I was trying to wait to snag one at a show, because for me, like, the asking price plus shipping was up there. So anyway, uh, Porcupine Tree, Porcupine 3, Closure Continuation Live, Amsterdam. This I don't know if this is like really on par with like the best of Steven Wilson's live mixing. The good thing about Steven Wilson's live mixing is he does make extremely active use of your non-front channels, your surrounds, your heights, and so forth, your backs. I'm not sure this is quite as aggressive as he's ever gotten, but it is an active, very effective live mix. It's not front centric. So you get the entire Closure Continuation album live, and then some longtime Porcupine Tree fan favorites. So, and the standout for this show is, I would say, Gavin Harrison's drum sound and his playing. He is just on fire, and it's just so enjoyable to listen to him and to watch him when he gets some screen time. I wish he got a bit more screen time in this show. All right. Now let's talk about like albums that I haven't been able to get to, okay? Because sadly enough, I'm Mr. Life and Surround, but I haven't had time to get to the majority of albums that have come my way of late. So I know that some of you are in that same boat. Maybe we should have like a live discussion sometime about like what we haven't gotten to, our unlistened to piles. So anyway, there's Richard Wright, Wet Dream. This came through SDE. Looking forward to it. You have Prince and the New Power Generation, Diamonds and Pearls. Again, SDE. Look, it's still in the shrink wrap, and I want to listen to it. You've got Sony Japan. I recently picked up Super Session. I believe it's the original quad mix, and then Santana McLaughlin, Devotion, Love and Devotion. What's it called? Love, Devotion, Surrender. I look forward to spinning both of these. I have a dedicated quad system. I love quad, so I'm looking forward to it. And then there's another Santana already out from Sony Japan, but I'm waiting for like a second title that I don't have because from Sony Japan, I find it's best to go in even numbers just for shipping. I haven't been able to get to Zappa Overnight Sensation. I've heard the stereo material because that's sometimes easier for me to audition than multi-channel. A lot of times my son is using the room where my Atmos system is at, and I'm just not willing to kick him out of that room if he's making use of it. It's his room too, and he means more to me than music. We have Rodriguez Jr. This was sent to me from the Pure Audio label, and I have heard quite a bit of the material in stereo, and I like it, and I have it on good authority that it's a cool mix. So I just want to give it a spin and then be able to confirm that for you. If that ends up being my opinion. Nectar, Remember the Future. I believe this has some Stephen W. Tayler mixing. It's the 50th anniversary edition. Cool album. And if Stephen W. Tayler did it, it's a good mix. Okay, I'm just going to put it that way. Moody Blues, To Our Children's Children. A friend loaned this to me so I could review it, and I'm trying to get to it. Okay, I haven't forgotten you, and you will get it back. Okay, and I appreciate you. This was rather expensive at retail, and so I passed on it. But I like the Moody Blues. I'm not like a diehard fan, so and I'm gonna get to like budgetary discussion in just a minute. So this might be a good teaser for that topic to come. Okay. And I appreciate the loan. I really do. And man, in my weakened state, I can't even freaking hardly hold this thing up. It's Camel, Airborne. There's like so much multi-channel content in here of incredible, just iconic, legendary albums, proggy stuff that I just can't wait. I can't wait to dig into this. So, time and opportunity. I hope to be able to get to it. But the thing is, like the box sets of this size, I'm kind of sometimes stuck in a quandary. Like, do I go through the whole box set so that I can review the whole thing and so that like the greatest number of people watching will benefit from my remarks? Or do I like just unseal the thing, listen to the multi-channel content, and then just remark on that for, you all? And then like, do I listen to each mix once and just give a first impression? Do I listen enough times and with enough focus that, I can just, get into the nth detail? It's, it's a tough call sometimes, but I guess, it can just be intimidating, you know, like a set of that size. I remember trying to get through the Pineapple Thieves recent retrospective of like their first 7 or 8 albums, 6 albums, 2, you know, projects. And I gladly did it. I love Bruce Soord. He's actually a super nice guy, and I love his music. And that's a man who has sacrificed for his art, and I really respect that. He works very hard. He's a good mixing engineer for other groups as well, and he does his own mixes. But yeah, massive box sets. They're a blessing and a curse. I love like you know, a large amount of content, but it can just be tough to cover. So let me move on to some things in 2024 that I'm very much looking forward to. We have the Rhino Quadio series later this month, coming up pretty soon. We're going to get their 3rd batch of 4 Quadio titles. So that's going to bring their recent total up to 12 classic quad albums. And of course, they have put out some Quadio material in the past: Aretha Franklin, Doobie Brothers, The Doors, Chicago, and I'm probably forgetting some. So Steve, keep them coming. I just love the Quadio series. There was a problem with the Spinners album from batch 1 or 2, batch 2. And you know, Rhino did a recall. If you had ordered that album, you just got a replacement like sent to the same address, you know, no hassle. And so that's just an extremely customer focused and professional and classy thing to do. So Steve Woolard is on a mission to make my CD4 collection obsolete. So CD4 is a discrete form of vinyl quad. And I have rather a large CD4 collection, and I went through quite a bit of torment to get CD4 working last year. But I would gladly not power up that system ever again, were he to make my collection obsolete. So anyway, I'm looking forward to what there is to come in the Quadio series. The next 4 albums, batch 3, are already announced, so you can check that out on quadrophonicquad.com. There might be some information about it on Rhino's website, though they tend to just hit you with you definitely can't order until they're just ready for sale. There's no pre-order, okay? But anyway, I'm sorry, the exact titles escape me right now. There's Randy Newman and War and some other stuff. So I love the Quadio series. SDE Surround series. I think that rivals Rhino Quadio with like the most exciting series that we were treated to in 2023. I fully expect Paul at SDE to continue rolling with that. We have gotten just some tremendous, enjoyable titles, you know, Tears for Fears, Depeche Mode, and much, much more. So, and then SDE also puts out exclusive albums that are not connected to the Surround series. So like Prince and Van Morrison. So seems like Paul and I have like remarkably similar tastes. So he puts out material that he likes. So fortunately, he's got some immaculate taste. So I really appreciate him. We've got 2L. They don't you know, specialize in like a surround series or anything, but like every album they put out is just immaculately done, not only in 5.1 but also in Atmos and RO3D and high res stereo, and you get an SACD and you get a Blu-ray, and now they're also offering up digital files like MKVs, you know, stuff like that. So Morten Lindberg, brother, you are just you know, a boon to surround and immersive music lovers, and he puts out a huge variety of material. So you kind of never know what to expect, but it's always a treat. And then, like, you know, I've mentioned Pure Audio. They put out Blu-ray. They put out Blu-ray audio content. And you have Sony Japan. We are very likely to get some titles, some fresh titles this year of classic quad releases. I don't have all of the Sony Japan SACD quad releases, but I have the ones that are fresh to me, that are new to me. Like sometimes their titles have been just covered somewhere else, and it's quad in 5.1. So I'll give an example. Like they put out Billy Joel albums in like the 7-inch packaging, and like they put out Carole King, and I already had those, so I didn't need to double dip. And we have Dutton Vocalion. Seems like Michael Dutton has slowed down a little bit, but occasionally he drops some real doozies, and often he releases titles that have been highly coveted and out of print, and thus fetch super high prices. And so unless you're willing to pay like $100+ for one quad album, Michael Dutton is doing us a great service by releasing his titles very affordably, and often like you get 2-fers or 3-fers or 4-fers. Like there's a Chris Christopherson release that had like 4 quad albums on it. I think 4. So anyway, and then there's also, favorite mixing engineers, like what's coming from Steven Wilson, what's coming from Bruce Soord, what's coming from Ronald Prent, what's coming from Stephen W. Tayler, what's coming from Bob Clearmountain, and others. And I mention pretty frequently my pantheon of my surround gods. But if you have mixing engineers that you would like me to focus on in addition, please let me know. And that's going to bring me to like the final topic of this video. I'm going to have to change gears a little bit for 2024. Okay. And the biggest difference is going to be, I experimented last year with pre-ordering, often at my personal expense, massive box sets. An example would be Dark Side of the Moon 50th anniversary. I wanted to be able to show off the box. I wanted to be able to have as early access as possible to the Blu-ray, so I could let you know whether like the Atmos mix was like worth seeking out or not. And then like later on, Pink Floyd Records gladly went and put out the 50th anniversary Atmos mix on a standalone Blu-ray. And so many people were able to finally obtain it at like a non-crazy price. And I really appreciate that. But I had gone in for like the full cost. And then Who's Next? It's now available like somewhere near like half its initial asking price. But I went in at like the full price. Now, these videos do make some money, and you have to monetize on YouTube, or else YouTube punishes your channel. So these videos are monetized. I select the fewest options possible so that ads are the least distracting possible to you. But YouTube is taking a lot of that control away from creators. Okay, so I just don't have a whole lot of control. I click yes, monetize, and then I deselect everything I possibly can. Okay, but these videos do make some money, and for albums that are starting out at like a super affordable price point, the videos often can cover my cost, so no worries there. When titles are exorbitantly priced, the income from the videos doesn't make that big of a dent. So this year, I am going to have to change my focus. So first and foremost, I'm going to, I always focus on, music that I genuinely think I'm going to enjoy. My enjoyment, translates to, a positive message to you. I'm not in the habit of listening to stuff that I just don't think I'll be into. So, but I'm going to have to focus on stuff that I really, 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 truly, reasonably can afford. And so I'm going to have to pass on some stuff that, like, if it's not a core album for me, I'm gonna have to pass on the stuff that's super expensive. Now, if the labels involved want to send a review copy, like, all good. If I genuinely like the material and think that it's something worth, encouraging you about, I'll go ahead and present it. Otherwise, like, if I'm self-funding, it's going to have to be stuff, that is just reasonably priced. And then I want to focus on requests. And so requests can take a couple of forms. A lot of us are sitting on collections of, like, classic surround material, or maybe even more recent, that we really love and that we would like for our buddies, our fellow surround immersive enthusiasts to know about, and to just celebrate together, and to, maybe be encouraged to go seek out. So if you have requests, either of albums in your collection, or new stuff, stuff that's coming out, let me know, and I will do my best to focus on that. I would really like to focus on content that you want to hear about. And, when I agree that it's like, I'm excited about it too, we'll go for it as time permits. Now, if you request an album that I can't afford, we could take a couple paths there. You could send a gift copy, and I understand that doubles your cost if you want to copy yourself, okay? And that is not for everybody. I totally appreciate that. What you could otherwise do would be to send a loaner copy. I have done this before, where I have received a loaner copy, have enjoyed it, reviewed it, and then sent it on to its rightful owner, and then it can be enjoyed, forevermore in that collection. A lot of times, like, I just don't have time to circle back to albums in my collection anyway. So in terms of saving on space, and on, really maximizing my time, and saving some expense, if you want to send loaner copies, I will highly prioritize reviewing loaner copies, okay? And so now we're to my final point. I am not convinced that it is for the best that I am the only person doing surround and multi-channel reviews. And I don't want to invite, too many people to establish competing channels, just because, I don't want this channel to suffer for subscriptions and views or whatnot. But, hey, go for it. If you want to stand up your own channel, go for it. But if you feel so inclined and can shoot, high def 16:9 video with reasonably good audio of yourself in your environment, reviewing albums that you love and want others to know about, then you can send me the files you produce, and I would be happy to edit and finish production, and basically host your reviews on Life and Surround. So in addition to all that, I am working right now to stand up a Life and Surround website, and hopefully that'll get the Life and Surround, concept out to more people. I want to be able to offer my services in, like, quality control, pre-testing discs before they go to production, testing mixes while they're in development. I have done that, and it's mainly been, like, word of mouth. And so I'm just trying to get that service as a concept out there a little bit more. And then also, again, me and what time, but if I can get my print shop back up, you will at some point this year be able to help support me by grabbing a t-shirt, a hat, a coffee mug, or whatever I'm able to stock in my my print shop. And I promise I will do my very best to spend all of that money on either improving this channel or acquiring releases to review for everybody. Okay, and that's what I've done in the past. I had a print shop up, and so there are quite a few of you out there with Life in Surround t-shirts and stuff. And I have always used the proceeds from that to benefit this channel. Okay. So I appreciate you watching. Again, I apologize just for my, personal circumstances not being conducive to just getting, a lot of videos out for you. Oh, the other thing that I'm going to continue to do when I can, because they're quick and easy to do, and I think they drive a lot of value, are news videos. So if exciting stuff is coming up, I'll do my best to be here for you to announce it. And if you already had heard about it, to just celebrate it with you together and get excited about it. Look for pre-orders together, the best price and all that kind of stuff. So again, thank you for watching. If you like what I do, don't forget to like videos, go back and watch older videos, subscribe if you haven't, ring the notification bell if you haven't, comment, share videos, tell your friends, tell your family, create, additional accounts and watch the videos across all of them. Do what you got to do. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, and we may be there for all I know. I haven't checked YouTube Studio in a minute, so we're pretty close, and that's exciting. When I started Life in Surround, basically in an effort to not go crazy coming back from a combat tour, I didn't know if 10 people would be interested in this concept. So I'm very blessed that all of you are enjoying music in surround and immersive with me. It really does a lot for me, and I love hearing from those of you for whom it also does a lot. That means a lot to me. Music is a powerful and wonderful part of this life, but people are always more important. So I'm glad that this channel brings some joy to others. That's bottom line for me. This isn't about promoting commercialism of music. It's about sharing enjoyment. So I enjoy interacting with all of you, and I appreciate all the support, and very, very, very much hope that 2024 is just the best year ever for each and every one of you, and for me as well. And with that, I'll just say, for the first time in 2024, live life in surround.